Well, the interpreter should begin taking notes as soon as one of the parties begins speaking. Once again, when taking notes, the interpreter should take as many notes as required to help the memory concerning all pertinent points, but not so many that he or she is distracted from what is being said. The interpreter needs to remember what has been said rather than relying exclusively on notes, which should be a backup to the memory. It is noted that there is no best note-taking system. Each interpreter needs to develop his or her own system of note-taking at the convenience. A system of arrows is often an integral component of the general system of notes, and you can make use of arrows as in the following example. Now, let's study more examples of note-taking sites in the next slides. The use of arrows is really convenient and helpful, but it should be easy to work out the meaning. All the same, many mathematical symbols could be used. Abbreviations từ viết tắt are also frequent used, like dollars, kilogram, centimeter, euro, EU for European Union, UNDP for United Nations Development Programme, and so on. In addition, when you take notes, pay attention to the numbers and proper names, as they might be easy to understand but very difficult to recall. Now, let's have some practice with your note-taking skills. Look at the text. Imagine you are listening to it. How would you take notes of the talk to make it time efficient and easy to understand? Here is a suggestion. Remember that this is only one of the many possible versions. You can make it in any way suitable for you. Now, looking at the notes, could you say what has been said in the original language? Let's have a try then. Now, as a second task, listen to the following speech and take notes. The economy is stable following the problems of the past 2 years. By following a tight monetary policy, the government has reduced the inflation rate to 2%. After going up dramatically, the inflation rate is now down to 8%. The last 6 months has seen a slight improvement in the exchange rate against the dollar. The GDP has grown by 1.15%. Exports are increasing and the balance of trade is starting to look much healthier. Have you got all the notes that you need? Now, let's look at a suggested sample. Could you repeat the talk based on these notes? The economy is stable following the problems of the past 2 years. By following a tight monetary policy, the government has reduced the inflation rate to 2%. After going up dramatically, the inflation rate is now down to 8%. The last 6 months has seen a slight improvement in the exchange rate against the dollar. The GDP has grown by 0.15%. Exports are increasing, and the balance of trade is starting to look much healthier. That's the first look at interpreting. Now, let's look back the key things we have learned today.